Good evening. I'm very sorry not to be with you personally tonight. As you know, I'm taking part in the Caribbean Conference, which involves my spending 10 onerous days in Jamaica and Barbados. But I'm delighted to have this opportunity to speak to you all tonight because aid for Ethiopia and the Sudan has always been particularly close to my heart. And this has nothing to do with any consideration of improving my public image by associating myself with caring and compassionate causes. My government, as you know, has always given a high priority to overseas aid, even though we have been able to expend very little actual money on it. I'm tremendously in favor of events such as this, where people donate their own money. We in government don't get such opportunities to spend our own money. We have to spend our time spending your money in a responsible way. But it is no secret that I would like to see all overseas aid privatized in this way. Not to help cut government spending. Absolutely not. But because I'm sure the recipients of aid feel an extra pleasure if they know it is paid for by voluntary contributions and not simply out of the exchequer. I know I would. It's a sad fact of public life that so many people have been misled by the media into thinking of politicians as self-seeking, self-important windbags, obsessed with their career ambitions, consumed with personal vanity, especially opposition politicians, of course. But I hope that my support for aid will go some way to showing us in our true light as diffident, humble, almost saintly men and women, concerned only with the good of others, and who make endless sacrifices with no thought of personal gain, solely to try to create a better world for our fellow citizens and for the human race. God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for Her Majesty the Queen?
On your feet, you lazy buggers! Come on, you lazy buggers, on your feet! 3 hours in a bloody queue trying to get into this doss house. I've left a particularly tasty kebab to come to this shambles, and my wife is missing her favourite episode of Avita's Ain Pets. Get on your feet. You won't even get off your fat bottoms and give her a decent cringe. Come on, up you get. That's better.
Hello, good evening. My name is Lenny Henry. Oh, asshole in the audience. It's okay, there's always one prat. Anyway, my name is Lenny Henry, and as you can see, I've had a tragic disaster with my hair. So let's do all the jokes now before it gets boring. Yes, I do look like a black aircraft carrier, yes. I do look like Grace Jones. It's a real drag because people keep trying to drive Renault 5s into my mouth. But I believe barbers have had a personal vendetta against me ever since I was a small child. It's true, because remember when you were a kid, you had no choice in the way your hair looked. Do you remember? Your parents always made the decisions about the way you look, because I never used to comb my hair anyway. I just liked it dry and bumpy. My hair used to feel like the Braille edition of the Oxford Dictionary, you know. And my mum used to comb it for me to punish me, you know. She'd put the comb in and she'd be really rough, you know. You must comb your head. You must comb your head. She sounded like a rap record. You must comb your head. You must comb your head, Shaka Khan. You must comb your head. And the comb would always break off in my hair, you know. That's how rough she was. And she always said the same thing to my dad. Take this boy to the barber shop and bring back me comb. So my dad would drag me to the barber shop. We'd get there. We always knew we were there because there'd be these little bald-headed kids hanging around outside, crying with bits of plaster all over their head, you know, carrying their ears in a polythene bag. So my dad would drag me into this little cellar, you know. It was really dimly lit. The barber would be standing in the corner by the chair, silhouetted in the pale light with his clippers in his hand. So I'd sit in this big chair, you know, trying to be cool. I'd like a light trim, please. Leave my sideburns on and perhaps my ears this time. He just used to look at my dad and my dad would go, skin him, and he'd go, brrrr. And it seemed like the week after, my mum would always choose then to go to the seaside for a day trip, you know, where it was freezing cold on my cold head, you know. I'd be walking down the prom, you know, the wind would be blowing up the sea, 40 degrees below zero. My dad would be walking behind me saying, breathe in that fresh air. Take off your jacket, take your hands out your pocket. It's a lovely day. I'm going, bloody hell, Dad, the pigeons are wearing thermal underwear, leave me alone. He says, shut up, stand outside this pub, I'll be back in 5 hours. I got to Jamaica now, you know, because it's nice there, it's hot. Because although Jamaica is hot, the people are cool, you know. Everybody in Jamaica is just cool, you know. Everybody in Jamaica is just relaxed, you know. Even the ants are cool in Jamaica. Because in England, you see ants and they're always rushing around. Come along, we must work, come along. We must work, we must hurry, come along. In Jamaica, they just go, chill. Easy now. Relax now. Have a jam sandwich. You could be having neurosurgery lying on the operating table. The doctors would be there going, we operate in a second. Because these things take time, you know? Went to Jamaica with my wife because we both like it out there. It's great. Because I've been married for 18 months now. Yeah. Thing is, I didn't know there was going to be this much bonking. I didn't know. It must be in the rules or something. Like the other night, she said, do you want to make love? I said, no. I've got a headache. All right. And I turned over. Next thing, I felt this broomstick banging me in the back. I said, what are you doing? She said, now you know how I feel when I've got a bloody headache. Look at all the guys going. All the women going.
Well, now, Mr. Perkins, it was good of you to come in. I realize that you're a busy man, but I didn't think this matter could be discussed over the electric telephone.
No, absolutely, Headmaster. I mean, if Tommy's in some sort of trouble, then I'd like to nip it in the bud.
Well, quite frankly, Tommy is in trouble. Recently, his behavior has left a great deal to be desired.
Oh, dear.
He seems to take no interest in school life whatsoever. He refuses to muck in on the sports field. And it's weeks since any master has received any written work from him.
Dear me.
Quite frankly, Mr. Perkins, if he wasn't dead, I'd have him expelled.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, expelled. If I wasn't making allowances for the fact that your son is dead, he'd be out on his ear.
Tommy's dead?
Yes, he's lying up there in sick bay now, stiff as a board and bright green. And this is, I fear, typical of his current attitude. I have pleaded with him, and so has Matron, and he will make no effort.
Well, how did he die?
Well, is that relevant?
Yes, Yes, I think so.
It's all got to do with the library. You see, we've had a lot of trouble recently with boys taking out library books without library cards. Your son was caught, and I administered a beating during which he died. But you'll be glad to know that the ringleader was caught, so I don't think we'll be having any more trouble with library discipline. You see, the library card system...
I'm sorry, you beat my son to death?
Yes, so it would seem. Please, I'm not used to being interrupted. The library card system was introduced.
Exactly, what happened?
Well, apparently boys were just slipping into the library and taking the books.
No, during the beating.
Oh, that? Well, one moment he was bending over, the next moment he was lying down.
Dead?
Deadish. Mr. Perkins, I find this morbid fascination of yours with your son's death quite disturbing. What I'm talking about is his attitude. And quite frankly, I can see where he gets it from.
Well, at least I never beat him to death.
Well, that was quite obvious to me from the first day he arrived here. I wondered then, as I wonder now, if he might not have turned out to be a very different lad indeed if you had administered a few fatal beatings early on.
Are you mad?
I'm furious. In order to accommodate the funeral, I've had to cancel afternoon school on Wednesday. No, excuse me, I must...
This is preposterous.
Yes, it is. Or at least it would be, if it were true.
What?
I've been joking, Mr. Perkins. Pardon me, it's my strange sense of humor. I've been having you on.
Thank God.
I wouldn't cancel afternoon school to bury that.
When they go on about the lunatic fringe and everything. I think it's a perfectly lovely haircut.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Corbett.
You may be wondering, I mustn't get too near the edge here. Not without the parachute. You may be wondering, you may be saying to yourself, you may not be saying to yourself, it's none of my business. Actually, what you are saying to yourself, I mean, you may be saying to yourself, if nothing is impossible, why can I never cancel a Reader's Digest subscription? Or you may be saying, how did I happen to be here this evening? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Rowan rang me up, Rowan Atkinson, and he didn't really, you know. I remember the day very clearly. It was the one day of the year Allied carpets were not having a sale. And when the message arrived, I was sitting in a box of Action Men, entertaining the troops, and they said, we're having this evening, you know, this special show, so anyway, Rowan and I met in his local hostelry, just off the M40, called the Flattened Hedgehog. And I walked in the saloon bar there, and there was Rowan standing, chatting to the hat stand. No, he doesn't see too well, and neither do I. I bought them both a drink. Anyway, that's how. And he said, we'd just like you to come on and do a few jokes, you know, between the turns and then sort of go off. So that's how it happened to be. And he said, incidentally, we've had a very nice message we're pleased to hear from the Prime Minister tonight, wishing us all the best. She couldn't be with us. She left this afternoon for a tour of friendly countries. Coming back tomorrow. And... Now, I'm not going to do any political jokes, to be honest, because I'm not a member of any organised political party. I'm a social democrat. And it's been one of these weeks, to be honest, because I had a very busy... About 2 nights ago, I went to my next-door neighbour give this party. And this party was so boring, an electric light bulb blew, and we laughed about it for 2 hours. The evening was so quiet, the telephone rang, and a fellow with a weak heart had to be taken home. Actually, I don't think he really had a weak heart. I think he'd been there since 7 o'clock, and he just lost the will to live. Anyway, there was a group of people over in this corner dancing to a recording of a speech by Sir Winston Churchill. And the hostess was mingling with them, trying to sell souvenir pictures of her wedding night. And we're all standing about, you see. Now, 8:30 in the evening, we'd exhausted all the entertainment possibilities. We'd all had a ride in the lift, and we'd all opened the fridge door, watched the light going off and on. Then we played that Scottish game where you seat a fellow in the middle of the floor and you blindfold him, you know. And he has to drink a whole bottle of scotch. Then you take the blindfold off. He's got to guess who he is. And I suddenly jumped to my feet, and doesn't make a lot of difference, actually, but I did. I said, why don't we all join hands and try and contact the living? Then this lady got up. She said, what a good idea, Four Eyes, she said. She said, let's have a séance. Now, as it happened, there was a medium at the party. She'd lost her husband, I tell you what. He'd been an animal impersonator. So this lady said, we could collect a tenner. Won't be long, it's getting near the end. She said, well, if we could collect a tenner, this fellow she could not only hear him, he could materialise. So we all chipped in, you see, 5p, 10p, and no sooner she got to the tenner in her hand, she said, he's here. She said, he has materialised in the shape of an invisible Irish pixie. She said, you're very lucky, you don't often see those. And she said, he is standing on the palm of my hand, this invisible Irish pixie, as I speak. And she turned to her girl as he's sitting on the couch there. She said, would you care to come up and tickle him under the chin? She said, go, come on. Should I have to tell you he's that height? But I think you're getting through to him. There we are. My time is up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for coming at all for a wonderful course. Thank you. I jumped in quickly in case it ended there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joan Armour-Trading. Well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, Howard Jones.
The old man said to me, said you can't change the world single-handedly. Raise a glass, enjoy the scenery. Pretend the water is champagne and fill my glass again and again, while the wolves are gathering round your door. Time will wear away the stone against the hereditary bone. Don't try to live your life for one day.
Don't go speed your time away.
Don't try to live your life for one day.
Don't go speed your time away.
Don't try to live your life for one day.
Don't go speed your time away.
Don't try to live your life for one day.
Don't go speed your time away. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da.
The old man said to me, said don't always take life so seriously. Play the flute and dance and sing your song. Enjoy the here and now, the future will take care of itself somehow. Grass is never greener over there.
Time will wear away the stone, gets the hereditary bone. I try to live my life for one day.
Don't go speed your time away.
I bit off more than I can chew.
Only so much you can
The
do.
walls are gathering around my door.
Ask him in and about some more.
I try to live my life for one day.
Don't go speed your time
away.
You get myself a playing, walking, sleeping, talking, Listen, shut the up. Now, listen, thanks for giving your money. Now, all I'm saying is give us some money. Now! You
Bob,
what?
will you talk clean to me? It really turns me on.
Don't be so disgusting. Good night.
Yes, I'm glad to say we at the bank have got the go-ahead to lend you the money that you require. We shall, of course, require as security the deeds of your house, of your aunt's house, of your second cousin's house, of your wife's parents' house, and of your granny's bungalow. We will, in addition, need a controlling interest in your new company, unrestricted access to your private bank account, the deposit in our vaults of 3 of your children as hostages, and full legal indemnity against any acts of embezzlement carried out by members of our staff during the normal course of their duties. Not at all. Nice to do business with you. All right. All right, Mrs. Godfrey. Show in the 2 gentlemen, please. And you're? Mm-hmm. And you're?
You're.
No, you're?
You're.
I see. How do you do? I'm a merchant banker.
How do you do, Mr.
I forget my name for the moment, but I am a merchant banker. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, we were wondering if you, I don't know, might like to contribute something towards our Ethiopian famine appeal, perhaps.
Well, I don't want to show my hand too early, but I can tell you that here at Slater Nazi, we are very keen to get into Ethiopians, you know, developing market and all that. What sort of sum did you have in mind?
How about a pound?
A pound, I see. And this loan would be secured...
It's not a loan, sir.
What?
No, it's not a loan.
Oh.
You get one of these, so.
It's a bit small for a share certificate, isn't it? Look, I think the best thing would be for me to run this over to our legal department. If you could come back possibly on Wednesday.
Do you really have to? That couldn't you just give us the pound?
Yes, but what's it for?
A gift.
A what?
A gift.
Oh, a gift, a tax dodge.
No. No.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand.
We want you to give us a pound, and then we go away and give it to the Ethiopians.
Yes?
Well, that's it.
I don't want to appear stupid, but it looks to me as though I'd be a pound down on the deal.
Well, yes, you are.
I am? But what's my incentive to give you the pound?
Well, the incentive is to stop people dying of starvation.
Oh, dear, are you sure you've got this right?
Yeah, lots of people give us money.
They do?
Yeah.
You don't have a list of their names and addresses, do you?
No. We just go up to them in the street and we ask.
Good Lord. That's the most exciting new idea I've heard in simply years. It's so simple, it's brilliant. Well, if that idea of yours isn't worth a pound, I don't know what is. But the trouble is, you gave me that idea before I'd given you the pound, didn't you? So, off you go. Oh, and another thing. If you want people to take you seriously, for God's sake, get a bloody haircut.
Told you we should have made a record.
I am sick of making records.
Bloody funny, eh? That was bloody funny. Hysterical stuff. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you to the Shaftesbury, which is, of course, named after one of my favorite pastimes, burying the beef bayonet. And, of course, shafting. So that's two things, really. I'm not so keen on the theatre, mind you. In my official capacity, however, I'd like to say A, hello, C, what happened to be, and B, there it is. Hey, incredible, eh? No, honestly, it really is good to see you all doing your bit. I've done my bit, and so's that bastard Paddy McNally. Now, Fergie, you old slag bag, what are you doing down there?
Hello. Hello, London. It's nice to be here. Life really does have its ups and downs, doesn't it? Life seems to have its good times, and life seems to have its bad times. And sometimes are finger-licking good. And yet other times are just ass-wiping bad. But whatever the way of the world, I always try and keep a smile on my face, because I've always got a song to sing. And this one is devoted to the true love.
For years I thought I'd have to live alone. I never got a letter, had to disconnect the phone. The only girls I ever saw were on TV. But now I've got a Venus who's sitting next to me. Do I love you? Do I want you? Would I give my life to you if I could? Do birds fly? Do fish swim? And do bears sha-la-la-la in the woods? I met her in the first class lounge of a jumbo jet. It was love at first sight, Romeo and Juliet.
He looked pretty rich and I was down on luck. So I charged him a fortune for a flying
For crying out loud, do I love you? Do I want you? Would I sacrifice my life to you if I could? Is the Pope Catholic? Is Luxembourg small? And do those hairy bears shh in the woods? I introduced her around my friends. She was ace. I was no longer on earth, but in a better place.
He's an utter creep, and he drives me round the bend. And to alleviate the boredom, I sleep with his friend.
ho, ha, ho. Do I desire you? Do I adore you? Would I cut off all my toenails and put them into an envelope with my feet? Is Dragon Godhead, is Chairman Mao dead, and do those bears sha-la-la-la? Do those bears sha-la-la-la? Do those bears sha-la-la-la? On Main Street. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Shaftesbury Mile with Steve Ovett and Sebastian Coe, and your commentator, Rory Bremner.
Dramatic scenes here. Taking their leave. Positively begging their girlfriends to do it for them.
Good luck, darling.
And this is absolutely extraordinary stuff as they're ready to go. The Shaftesbury Mile, once round this theatre. Are you ready? And off you go! And as they set off round the theatre, an exciting sports light series, outside they go. And meantime, as they race round the theatre, we go back to the West Indies and join our commentator who is out there, Richie Bano. Yes, Oh, good evening, everyone, and what a marvellous day it is out here today. I'm pretty pleased, actually, as a totally impartial observer, to see the Poms having their nose rubbed well and truly in it. I'm in a great mood here today, because only this morning my wife gave birth to a perfectly formed 2-pound cricket ball. What a marvellous delivery that was. Interruption now, as, yes, no, we're going to go back to John Watson in the studio. Yes, thanks very much indeed, and the race is hotting up, but let's go back and rejoin Peter O'Sullivan. Sorry, on the first over now, so we go over now and rejoin Murray Walker. And there is the incredible Emerson Fittipaldi in the works Ferrari. And he's breaking the lap record with every succeeding lap, as indeed is Sebastian Coe out there in the Sinclair C5. And I hear now through the monitor that Seb has in fact tricked up Steve Ovett purely so he can count the amount of hair he's got left on his head. And there is absolute mayhem out there, and nothing can stop Seb Coe now. He's spun off. Seb Coe has spun off. And now there goes Nicky Lauder. Now there goes Nicky. Even louder. Cheap joke there. And there is Mark Thatcher in the... undercharged Sinclair C5 as we rejoin the big race, and Steve and Seb are neck and neck, and there's a lot of argy-bargy going on out there, and it really is the pits. I can see them all, can I? Just coming into the back of the theatre. This is an incredible finish. There's been absolutely no holds barred, and my goodness gracious me, the Shaftesbury Mile reaching an incredible climax, and it is in fact Steve Ovett who breaks the tape, and that was an absolutely extraordinary race. Absolutely wonderful.
And would you please now prepare yourselves for a world event in comedy and put your hands together for the sexiest man in the history of the universe, Mr. Rick Mayo!
You really like me? Yeah, yeah. Well, would you like to see my pants? Yes. Would you like to see my pants? Here they are. Well, do you love me? Yeah, yeah. Did you dig my pants? Quite a lot. Did you really like them? Yes, indeed. Well, would you like to see my nipples? Yes. Would you like to see my nipples? seen my bottom yet. First of all, you've got to do something for me. Let me hear you all say, bottom! 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 Botty bot! Panty pads! Panty pads! Panty pads! Panty pads! Panty pads! Everybody! Come on! Well, do you love me? Do you like my pants? Did you like my bottom? Or would you like to hear it fart? Yes. Go put it. Well, do you love me? Did you like my bottom? Did you like the whisk? Or would you like to see my willy? Would you like to see my willy? Put my music back on! I'm just getting to the really good bit. Where I get my rude ping out and the girlies go wild. Bastard! Square! Your problem is you can't handle my willy. No, that's not what I meant. No, I didn't mean that. What I meant is you're an utter bastard. And I hope you die somewhere horribly alone in a gutter somewhere, you utter nobody! Anyway, hi. Good evening. My name's Rick. Rick? What? What? What is it? What's going on? Well, you're a pretty nutty bunch, aren't you? You're completely potty. We're potty too, we don't care what we do. I broke a teacup in the dressing room just now. I mean, we reported it to the police, obviously, but still bloody happened. We're mad. We will do anything. Bloody hell, can you see all right up there? Well, not home then. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Because it was dead. Dead. Who's this? It's me! No, because seriously, I'm here. As you know, I've just done a fantastic #1. Which doesn't mean I've just done a brilliant wee-wee in the toilet. Although I have. And I thought I'd do it all on my own here for you tonight, without any help, except from my backing group, Cliff Richard, and 3 other bastards whose name I can't quite remember now. So without further ado, 1, 2, 1. Oh, hi, Mike. I was just telling everyone how fantastic you were. Listen, why don't you and I do the single now? Just get down on top of it and be funky. Oh, sounds a bit rude, doesn't it?
It's about the song. I've got to talk to you about that.
Yes.
Now, this isn't easy for me, Rick.
Yes.
In fact, it's very, very hard. And I'm not talking about my...
Remember, Cliff's in the building. We don't want anyone saying penis.
We don't want you in the song anymore.
What? What?
I simply said we don't want you in the song.
Yes, but why?
Because you're total and utter crap!
Oh, yes, Vivian, very brave of you to shout insults from the dark. What are you doing, playing a girly game of sardines? Trying to get a snog off Kate Bush? Sorry, Kate, I was just hiding in the cupboard and my hand accidentally went up your frock and into your necks. Is that it? I bet it is, you little pervy. Bloody hell it is. Ugh.
Vivian, that's not Kate Bush, that's Neil, and you know it.
Kate Bush is underneath, Michael. I'm using Neil as a contraceptive. Well, whatever it is you're doing, just stop it now and come out here and insult me like a man, you big girly. You asked for it.
Very tactfully done, Vivian.
Thank you, Michael.
I'll go and find Cliff.
Okay. Back in a tickle, Katie, baby. I just got to do this #1 song with Shaky Stevens. Right. Good evening, bastards. This is my #1 hit. Fooled you. And this is my #1 song.
Don't do the song right. I've got like some really heavy news about Cliff that's going to completely blow your mind. What's that smell?
Neil, go away.
Don't patronise me, you bastards. Oh yeah, let's all sit in rows and ruin Neil's evening.
What's the message, Neil?
Oh yeah, the message about Cliff, right? Like, Cliff's blown out the gig.
What? You mean he's farted?
No, Cliff can't come.
Why?
He's doing time.
They put him in prison for farting! Right on! Who's going to do the show?
Oh, that's all right. I booked John Craven instead.
John Craven, fantastic!
Yeah.
Come on! Neil, do you want to hear a great new joke?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Rick, I'll get out of the way if you don't want to get seriously hurt. Right. What do you say to a stupid hippie who's standing on a pile of dynamite?
I don't know. What do you say to a stupid hippie who's standing on a pile of dynamite?
Get this, Buster!
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's really good, like, get this, Buster. Yeah, I get it, yeah.
Right, everybody's satisfied now. He's blown his goonies off and whipped out the theatre. And Cliff can't flipping make it. Let's just do the song. Hey, kids. It doesn't matter what you are. Punks, skins, bastards, Keith Chegwin, Mrs. Thatch. Everybody everywhere. Stop snogging and pay attention to me. Because if you're a wild-eyed loner standing at the gates of oblivion, then hitch a ride with us. Because we're on the last freedom moped out of nowhere. And we haven't even told our parents what time we'll be back. So pull on your dancing trousers and get down to the total and utter king of rock and roll, John Craven! God, how embarrassing.
Thank you. It's really nice to be here. I realize that tonight it's me that's the alternative. Take it away.
I got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll. Got a roving eye and that is why she satisfies my soul. I got the one and only walking, talking, living doll.
Just a minute. That's not John Craven. That looks suspiciously to me like Cliff Richard.
Yes, it is. It's Cliff. Cliff, congratulations for 50 years at the top.
What you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff.
I think this John Craven's brilliant. I'm glad Cliff didn't turn up.
I got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. I got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll. I got a roving why she satisfies my soul. Got the one and only walking, talking, living doll.
Well, take a look at her hair. It's real.
If you don't
believe what I say,
it's real.
I gotta look around my trust.
So no big heart.
Steal her away from me.
Get down! Myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking. Where you go? Jump! Just cause she's a living doll. I got a roving eye, and that is why she satisfies my soul. I got the one and only walking, talking, living doll. I got to do my best to please her just cause she's a living doll. Oh, comedies now. Got a growing heart, and that is why she satisfies my soul. I got the one and only walking, talking, living doll. Living doll.
But my friends call me Hot Lips. Tell me now, are there any Catholics in the audience? Yes? Yes, well, I'm a little surprised to find you at a show like this. However, if I could just address both of you for a moment or two, because I know the effect these kind of shows have on you. What we in the business refer to as the, well, we've had a few laughs, now let's go home and shag ourselves stupid syndrome. Absolutely. Well, don't get me wrong. You see, God does want us to have babies. After all, if He'd wanted us to be homosexuals, we would have been born with our bottoms facing the other way. Yes, no, it's the manner of reproduction which we might find a little fault with. Haven't you always envied those little amoeba chappies? You know, those little ones which just divide by themselves without any of that nasty, sordid, sweaty, you're the best. You're the best. No sleeping on the wet patch for them. Tonight we have a new method of reproduction, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you tonight. It's very simple. All you need is a magic altar, a chainsaw, and a volunteer from the audience. Come along now. Surely there's one great... When I was taking my first communion, I used to be such a fan of yours. I used to pray that the Lord would protect you from drink and drugs and loose women. Did He do that?
No.
Fine. Right, well, let me explain what's going to happen here. You're going to get into this magic altar. If you would do that now, please. And we're going to reproduce you in front of the audience. Now, sir, if you'd like to step in from that side. That's very good, sir. That's it. There's one born every minute. And most of them are Catholics. Right now, sir, don't you worry your little head, sir. This trick is a
Philadelphia, PA, will you please welcome live on stage the sex god, Theophilus P. Wildebeest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's so nice to be here in your wonderful country. My name is Theophilus P. Wildebeest. I'm the most fertile man in the universe. Already I can feel something stirring within my trousers. It's my leg. You know, I'm gonna do a couple of tracks for my brand new album because I'm making an album right here in London right now. It's called Cover Me in Peanut Butter and Bite My Nipples because I like it like that. It has some great tracks in it like How Can I Tell You I Love You when My Dick Is in a Blender? And you know, as you can tell, it's an album of love songs, and I want to do something for you right now. So I'm gonna come amongst you. That doesn't mean I'm gonna spontaneously explode or something like that. It just means I'm gonna step down into the audience and rap with the ladies, because that's the kind of guy I am, you know. Because I've got to find a girl right here, right now. And I'm gonna walk right down these steps like this. Kneel right on. You know, so many sexy ladies in the audience tonight, but this is not one of them. There's so many ladies here tonight. How you doing, baby? All right. You're looking so fine. Right on. Right on, my man. See, white people, goddamn, a white person who knows how to do this. How you doing, all right? Nice to meet you. Hey, my man, we got a tablecloth like this at home. It's real nice. I like it a lot. Hey, cheer up, bruh. Only 2 more hours to go. You know, I love comedy. It's my favorite thing. Hey, a camera. Right on. Come on, baby. Give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. I found my love. All right, baby, come on. I want you to sit down in my apartment. Here. This chair here, like this. All right, nice to see you dress up to come out, you know. I like that. It's nice. You look real... Guapo me, great nuts. Look at all this amazing floor and floor rummaging around in here. It really is amazing. Bloody hell, there's something here with 100 legs. It really is terrific. I'm sorry, baby. I just lost my mind for a second. So where you from? Time's up. Where you from, girl?
North London.
North London. How nice. Whereabouts in North? All of it or just a small part of it? A little bit of Muswell Hill. All right. You got any African in you? Would you like some? It's a joke, goddamn. I'm sorry, baby. It's a joke, goddammit. These people are sick, baby. Ignore them. These are the kind of people who'd sellotape breadcrumbs to a window and watch birds batter themselves to death. You, out. So, hey. I know you feel fine tonight, so I'm gonna ask you your name. What's your name, girl?
Joe.
Joe. That's a beautiful name. You know, Joe, I've been watching you for a long time. And now that I found you, I ain't never gonna let you go. You see, Joe, these nipples are yours tonight. To do with as you will, because I feel so sexy tonight. I can, ooh, all the ladies say, ooh. Yeah, like that. Joe, and tonight is your night. I'm gonna let you have my body. All of it. Even the long, wobbly, floppy, dangly bits. I want you to know that this song is for you and for all the special ladies in the audience tonight. It's all for you. I'm gonna get sexy right now, so excuse me while I wobble my hips like some demented demon or something. Come on home with me and drink some cold, cold wine. Show me your loving, girl, and I'll show you mine. Let's roll around in my pile carpet. It's deep enough for 2. I'll mix you a cocktail, baby. How about a slow, comfortable scoot? It's a drink, girl. I got a big, big love. A mighty fine love. It's a gigantic love. It's my big love. Yeah, my love is so big I can barely get it into my mini metro, girl. You see, everything is everything. But some things aren't everything. And those things are what I call nothing. You see, Joe, I love you. I love you because you're beautiful. And also I love you because you believe all this bullshit I keep saying. I think you do, girl. Let me get down. Ooh. The first time that I saw you, babe, and I put my hand on your neck, and when you slapped my face so very hard, Joe, I knew you were for me. So don't play hard to get, girl. Can't you see I'm a sex machine? I've got twin carburetors, babe. I think you know what I mean. So climb on board, Joe, baby, and hang on to your hat. Wait a second, nothing's happening. I think my battery's just gone flat. Oh no, girl, give her a big hand. I had a big, mighty fine love. It was gigantic love. Was my big love. You see, Joe, every night can't be the jackpot. Sometimes you get a cherry, other times you get a lemon. Other times the handle breaks off in your hand. Tonight was that night, girl. Now leave me alone. Can't you see I need time to get my sexiness together? I need olive oil rubbing into my buttocks. I need peanut butter rubbing softly into my ears. And most of all, I need a big sheep. Good night.
Just going to sit. I was just going to sit.
Right.
Sit. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm going riding in the country with my family, actually.
Have you got a pony?
No, I've got a horse.
How big is it?
You don't say how big is it when you're talking about horses. You say, how many hands is it, please?
How many hands is it, please?
It's 16 hands, thank you for asking.
Would you like to know what I'm doing this weekend?
No.
I'm going to stay with my boyfriend.
Does your mum know?
Yeah. She doesn't know his parents are going away, though. So you know contraception?
Yes.
What is it, then?
Well, if you're asking me what contraception is, must mean you're going to do it, then. You're going to do it. You're going to have it off. You are, you're going to have it off, aren't you? Well, it's a good thing you asked me, because I know. The first thing you need for contraception is some towels. And it's a good idea if they're dark-coloured towels, because there's going to be a lot of muck and goo on them later on. And you go up to the parents' bedroom, you take off the duvet, and you spread the towels all over the bed. And you get on the bed, and you have it off.
How do you know when you're having it off, then?
God, you don't know anything, do you? Well, have you ever seen a man's toilet parts? Well, a man, right, has got 3 dangly toilet parts. And the middle one is the important one. And when the man wants to have it off, the middle one stands up. It gets sort of hard. It's about that big, and it's a bit like a sort of cactus, and it's got all spikes coming off the top of it. And he calls it his todger. And when the todger's all sticking up, you know it's time to have it off. So you get on the bed and wait for the eggs to come, stupid. By now, the todger's about this big. About this big. And there's a big sort of metal spike coming out the end of it. And he gets on top of you and puts the todger inside and tries to break the hymen, and eventually it breaks and a lot of green slime comes out. True, and that's when you know that you're having an organism. And the other way you know is because your eyes go sort of strange like that. And then the egg drops out, you see? And you just wrap the egg in the towels, right, and put it in the toilet, yeah? You'll never believe what happens next. I didn't believe it myself when I saw it. Right, the man stands up. Now the todger is this big. And he says, "Oh, God," and his eyes are going like that. And the top of the todger opens up like that, and 5,000 trillion fish come jumping out the top of it. They come jumping out like that, and they go off the ceiling, off the walls, all over the floor, everywhere. And you've got to scrape them all up into a towel and put it in the toilet. Because, you see, if you let the fish get near the egg, that's how you get pregnant, you see.
Well, the fish just die then, do they? Just...
Well, most of them die, but if there's any left on the floor sort of flapping around all over the place, you just grab their tails and get a mallet or a book or something, just bash them on their heads like that, scrape them up in a towel and put them in the toilet. Very pleasurable experience.
Look, I know you're all really enjoying yourselves, and I don't want to bring the whole evening down. Yeah, I've got this announcement, right, okay? It's a bit of a downer. Now is the high point of the evening. Give us a B. Are we all right? And the rest of us not too bad. Give us an E. Give us an A. This is going to take ages, by the way. Give it. Oh, did I do the E? Give us another E. Give us an N. Give us an Give it. Yeah. Let's hear it for the man who makes James Brown look like a pullover. Oh no, that's pushover. Benetton. A load of leisure gear. Okay, that's it. Benetton.
I want to talk about that which unites us tonight, son. I want to talk about freedom and togetherness, because this is the bit of the evening where we all begin to love each other. Everybody can have a little bit of a snog, all right? When, you know, link arms, hold matches in the air, which is bloody difficult when you're linking arms, incidentally. Maybe sing Bob Dylan hits. All the young ones fans thinking, it's Bob Dylan, then, you know? He was a bloke who couldn't sing on the end of the We Are the World video, you know? 60s folk hero, that's dangerous stuff in 86. Very bloody alternative, Ben, I must say. Anyway, I want to talk about that which unites us, because there is one thing that is similar for every person in this audience. There is one thing in which we are all the same. It doesn't matter what you are. You could be left-wing, you could be right-wing, you could be a liberal, you'd be a prat, but you could be. Bit of a round of applause there. That's obviously the Liberals. I think he's got a perfect right to say that, actually. Get you lot digging a channel tunnel, eh? We'd have a bridge from one end, a channel from the other, they'd meet in the middle, no, and everyone would drown, but it'd be a compromise, wouldn't it? Nice one, eh? Anyway, the one thing that unites us is whatever you do, whatever you are, whatever you think, if you're on a train traveling alone, especially intercity, you want both seats to yourself. You don't want some bastard sitting next to you, do you, eh? You want the whole bench to yourself. Even Jimmy Savile wants the whole bench, eh? So we were down the station the other day and it was Euston Station, very crowded, lots of platforms, no trains. British Rail being very nice to each other, new policy, we're getting there, but there's no train, so we're not getting there very fast, are we? And there's a very, very long queue, and we British in queues are very similar. This long winding queue round all the bird dung and the cartons of Max Packs, everybody rippling up and down, the same tiny little ringing paranoia ringing round every little British head as everyone thinks the same tiny thought. He's pushing in. That bloke's pushing in. He's pushing in. That bloke's pushing in. He's pushing in. Tell him, Frank. Tell him, Joan. He's pushing in. Tell him, Frank. Tell him, Joan. He's pushing in. Everybody worried that they're going to get done down. Everyone worrying that they're going to be the ones that don't get a seat. A little knot getting in our stomachs, giving us a hernia when we're 40. He's pushing in. And suddenly, we all take a little quantum leap into another paranoid dimension as our mantra changes slightly and we all realise that the Falkland spirit is a load of bollocks and we're all a little bunch of Thatchers underneath as everybody says, well, if he's pushing in, I'm gonna push in. And slowly but surely the queue begins to collapse. Well, if he's pushing in, I'm pushing in. If he's pushing in, I'm pushing in. Everybody jockeying for position, wondering whether they got time to get themselves a Big Mac, Whopper, Casey Jones, dog burger. Fast food, eh? Fast food taking over Britain. Fast food. I don't know why they don't just flush it straight down the toilet. Cut out the middleman, eh? Anyway, back in the queue, there's still no train. Everybody's getting very worried. Everybody's very paranoid. And underneath it all is the lowest mumble of all as we all chant together under our breath. Double seat. Double seat, gotta get a double seat, double seat, double seat, gotta get a double seat. Suddenly, the gate's open, nobody cares, push forward, we don't care, British to the front, double seat, gotta get a double seat. Little British people trying to get to the front, me in the front, me in the front, I've got a trolley, it's a weapon, it's a weapon. There's 50 of us, we're in front, we're down that platform, double seat, double seat, double seat. We pass the first class carriages, in unison we all turn and say, bloody hell, they are completely empty, why do they put them on? First class carriages, they are completely, double seat, gotta get a double seat. We pass the buffet, is it open, is it closed, it doesn't matter, it all tastes the same. Double seat, double seat. I've seen mine. I'm in the end carriage. There's lots of empty seats. Oh no, they've got them little tickets that say reserved from Wapping. Haven't got the guts to pull it out. Haven't got the guts to just tear it out. No, I haven't, because I'm not an anarchist. Oh, down that platform. I've seen it down the corridor. Not the old lady. Needy old bloke. Zero in. Blue tag under the bum. I'm sorted. Spread out. Occupy your space. Imperialism with your body. Pretend to be asleep. Intimidate people. Whop the old willy on the table. Oh no, not everyone can do that, but if you can, it's a brilliant trick. Oh yes, I mean, people, they'll move a newspaper, they're not going to move your willy, are they, eh? Excuse me, is this knob taken? Yes, it is. Naff off. All right. But eventually, because it's a super saver train where all the seats are taken, where it's a 1 in 7 trains and the business people travel on all the others in luxury, and we're all stuck in the cattle trucks, somebody sits beside me, as they always do, with a Sony Walkman. And I know I'm going to have to spend the next 6 hours trying to work out what the bastard's listening to. Because it's like a swarm of bees playing in your ear, playing comb and paper. Ching, 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 ching. Is that Dire Straits? I don't know. What's he listening to? And he can't hear you, so he thinks you can't hear him. So you say, could you turn it down? What? Could you turn it down? So I got up, put my plastic dog turd on my seat so now I'd sit there. Asked the bloke with a Walkman to watch my turd. Will you watch my turd? Went up the buffet. Cut a long story short, spent the rest of the journey in the buffet, playing the buffet game. You know the buffet game, you must know that one. Match the food to the photograph. Brilliant game. We were playing that for hours. What's that then? It's a sausage roll. It's a cheese and onion sandwich. It's a bag of crisps. It's a can of Coke. It's a sausage roll. Trying to get it all sorted out. What's that? What's that? Finally got it all sorted out, except the last item. Couldn't thought, plotting it, looking at it, wobbling it about. Couldn't decide what it was. Turned out it was the bloke behind the buffet, making sure no one stood beside him. Know what I mean? I damn near bought it. I thought there's more meat in that than a British rail pie, eh? Yeah, very alternative, I must say. Anyway, the food's improving on British Rail. And anyway, don't blame the staff, blame the management. Thanks a lot. My name's Ben Elton, and good night!
Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a lot of unhappy talk recently about the lack of interplay these days between the world of Shakespeare and the world of heavyweight boxing. Now, we hope to set that right this evening with the first production of a very exciting new acting company. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm West End welcome for the Frank Bruno Shakespeare Players.
Hello. A lot of people say to me, Frank, I bet you're a lot more used to the short left hook to the chin than you are to the iambic pentameter. Well, nothing could be further from the truth, Harry. And to prove it, I'm going to take on the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet, which I hope to knock off in 110 seconds. Like I did Jerry Coetzee. But soft, what light from yonder window breaks, Harry? It is the east and Juliet is the sun, you know what I mean? The brightness of her cheek doth shame the stars, and me thinks with her right hand she could be pretty useful. Juliet, Juliet, Juliet.
Oh, Romeo, oh, Romeo. I haven't seen thee since the wedding. Oh, Romeo.
It is my lady, it is my love. Oh, to hold the hand inside that glove. Behold her girlish frame, so graceful and so slender. Oh, to kiss those lips, so gentle and so tender. Juliet, weren't thou not afraid to come out tonight?
No, Romeo. It would have taken 6 baboons to keep me inside tonight. Oh, Romeo. You know what I mean, Harry?
Juliet, let us thank God that we are together tonight.
Oh, Romeo, but we also have to thank my manager, Terry Lawless. Barry McGuigan's manager, Mr. Eastwood. And the Pope, because he's murder, you know what I mean?
Alas, the bell, parting is such sweet sorrow. I wish we could get married quick so we can do some bonking tomorrow.
Oh, Romeo, I'll marry you, no doubt, because I've read it in the play and it said so. There's a little bit of poison, but apart from that, no problem, Romeo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the real Frank Bruno. All the ad-libbing you did at the end, man, it was totally wicked.
Well, Shakespeare's my game, you know what I mean, Harry? Come on, let's go for a curry.
Yeah.
It's me. I feel particularly splendid today. I do. Though today, ladies and gentlemen, I finished my first novel. It's taken me a long time to read a book, but there you go. Tried. I've just come back from Australia, and it's a good place. But it's an extraordinary country. I'm amazed
that Australians make it to adulthood at all. The place is fraught with danger. You've never seen any of that. The day I arrived, a crocodile ate a woman. It was, you know, you're watching the news, you're used to like Beirut and all that. You know, or might strikes and elections and things, but nobody gets eaten by crocodiles here. It says, a woman was eaten by a crocodile today. I was on holiday before I started working there, and I was sunbathing. I was on the balcony of this house. I don't go to the beach for a few weeks because I'm a Scottish person. And I tend to frighten people on the beach because being Scottish, I'm pale blue. It takes me a week to get white, you know. I was on this veranda and I heard, oh, I thought Japanese, changed their mind. They've got plans for you, those bastards. 10 years' time, you walk along the road with your Sonny Walkman and the cable will tighten. They're building a holiday camp in Queensland in Australia. Holiday camp. It's a strange... But there wasn't a Japanese at all. It was a shark warning. And the people were still swimming. Australians are strange, you know. It's huge beasts walking about like that. They're giving it swim. They seem to work on the basis that sharks eat one person at a time, you see. I go, get out of the water! Get your silent little fidget spinner behind you! They're saying, what's with the blue prick in the veranda? If I was in, I'd be going through that water like a Polaris missile! Throwing children behind me. I went to the... It's funny, you know, in Australia, the suntan oils in numbers, from 1 to 14, you know, depending how fair skin. I was number 26. The woman says, that's a bandage. She says, you'd be better with a boiler suit and a balaclava. I said, what's it? You see, things used to be quite simple, like buying a shampoo. Do you remember you used to be able to go into a shop? Excuse me, can I have a shampoo? And the person would give you one. Thank you very much. You go to Boots the chemist, there's about 5 lanes of shampoo, 6 deep, all different colours, things you never heard of in your life. Jojoba. What happened to soap? Jojoba. I said, what's jojoba? See, in Glasgow, that's the month before November. I says, what's jojoba all of a sudden? She says, it's a Mexican bean. I thought, great. You'll have farting hair. So, jojoba, henna, henara, avocado and walnut, egg and mushroom shampoo. Give it at that. When I was a boy, that would have been straight into the frying pan. Egg and mushroom, that'll do me. Where's my shampoo, by the way? So your father's away to work with it on his sandwiches. And the women who work there, Jesus, they're so smug, you know. Oh, sir, it's a bit... Where did you last buy a shampoo? It's much more complex than that. So what's so complex about it? Well, sir, it's... For instance, what kind of hair is it for? I say, pubic hair. Say, find that in your fancy labels, you bastard. It might be under short and curly. They don't like... See, pubic hair's one of... People don't like you to talk about pubic hair. Now, talking about your willy is becoming socially acceptable. You can say it on talk shows now and everybody, Willie. Oh, he said Willie. I think I'll say it too. Willie, Willie, Willie. Willie, Willie. Now, I was talking about the pubic... See, pubic hair's fascinating stuff. Mine is particularly fascinating because it's going grey. And every day's a wee adventure, you know. You know, it's getting really distinguished. In a certain light now, you would swear my Willie was Stuart Granger. Distinguished, you know. I've got to really kind of like it. It's very pleasant, I find, pubic hair, and isn't it extraordinary? Your pubic hair is always shiny and full of life. It's a zing, ping, ding, wing, ding, zing, ping. It's always in great conditions. Ping, ding, ding. It's never sort of dull and lifeless, you know. Ping, ding. And you wouldn't squander your conditioner on it, would you? You give it a quick rub with the old soap and that'll do you. It's not cheap, this stuff. So, chung, shiny, life, ping, pong, zing, 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 zing. There's a lesson for us all there. Don't squander your money in hair conditioners. Wear underpants on your head. What do you think? Oh, I think it's fabulous. Oh, I'm all for it. I don't mind it going grey, but I thought, oh, Jesus, it doesn't go bald. Wouldn't it be awful if it receded and it all went away? The wee Willie like a southern fried chicken. I couldn't bear that, to be an old man lying in my bed with this wee bald Willie lying on my thigh. Like the last chicken in the supermarket, you know? The one everybody picked up and squeezed and threw back. But it's a fascinating subject. Do you know what's always intrigued me? The way pubic hair only grows to a certain length and then stops. How does it know? It's one of the great unanswered questions. Same as how does the guy who drives a snowplow get to his work in the morning, you know? These are the things that keep me awake. I think it would be brilliant, you know, if your pubic hair just kept going. Right out the legs of your trousers. Wouldn't it be fab and groovy? It'd be brilliant, like those big hairy après ski boots, you know. And you can brush it. You can brush it. 100 strokes a night. It could be great, a big swooping mass. You could backcomb it. Heavy metal pubic hair. Your Willie would look like Robert Plant. You could do all sorts of things. Punks could put lacquer on it and have huge Mohicans. Country and western singers could plait it. Willie Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting the hell off here. Thanks very much for listening to me. Good night. Thank you very much indeed. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce you to two national heroes. Midge and Bob Geldof, ladies and gentlemen.
Doom Brothers, you know. Whenever we appear, you know it's the end of something. Most usually this song. This is the end of this show. I'd like to thank everybody for doing it for a start. I won't go through the names. And it's Sunday evening, and I hate to have to do this to you, but we do know you know the song. So a bit of community singing at the end, chaps, would be handy. Meanwhile, Paul Simon will start.
Thanks very much.
afraid. At Christmas time, we let in light and we banish shade. And in our world of plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. Throw your hands around the world at Christmas time.
But say a prayer, pray for the other ones. At Christmas time, it's hard, but when you're having fun, there's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear, where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears. And the Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom. Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you. And there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift they'll get this year is life. Oh, where nothing ever grows, no rain or rivers flow. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Here's to you. Raise a glass for everyone. Here's to them. Underneath that burning sun, do they know it's Christmas time at all? Feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time. And feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time. Feed the world, let them know it's Christmas time.
Again.
Thank you.